Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is Kangaroothless, and I'm bringing you another StarCraft 2 commentary. This is going to be a Terran versus Zerg on the map, Typhon Peaks, and this will be the second game in the series of games casted in aXa's replay pack. I called him aXa in the last cast. I believe since he's French, he would probably pronounce it aXa since there is no A sound in the French alphabet. Anyways, let's go and introduce our players. In the top right is StarBoy as the red Terran. His opponent will be aXa, the blue Zerg. In the bottom left, once again, to reintroduce the aXa in case you weren't there for the first cast, aXa is a master level Zerg that has created several threads on Team Liquid. I know he has a Zerg versus Protoss thread, which is pretty popular, and now he has a new thread out, Zerg versus Terran, so definitely check it out. I will link it in the comments below section on all of my casts. I do remember to do that. Let's go ahead and get to the cornerstones of this build. Basically what you do is you get army early and expand under the safety of the army. So once again, you're keeping yourself safe so you can macro up, so you can get that nice economy going, so you can get all those units out and swarm the Terran. aXa is going to go ahead and send out his drone scout to see where Terran has spawned at. And the other thing, Zergling's strongest in the middle of the map. We saw that last game when the push tried to move out and it just got denied by about 100 Zerglings. It was more like 83, but still. First push gets killed by 80-something Zerglings, that's pretty nasty. Also, another thing that I've seen him do in all his replays is control his own Naga towers, put Zerglings on attack path so your opponent can't just drop or go for some sort of push and you don't see it. And as well, here's another very interesting fact that he likes to do, and this is going to come into play very much in this game. Always have about 20 lings ready for a run-by. aXa doesn't believe in keeping all of your lings on one, what do you call them, control button. What he believes is that you can keep out a small contingent of Zerglings. If the Terran pushes out, just run in his base and start attacking. And it makes Terran very afraid. Remember in the campaign when you were trying to... Uh-oh, is this... Oh, this drone's going to get into the base. He's going to scout. Oh, that was horrible timing by Terran. Poor StarBoy. Let's go ahead and take that away. He is going to gas steal. So now it looks like Terran can't do any Banshees or anything like that. And this is so irritating for Terran. You really gotta hate it. 15 hatches gone down, 14 gas, 14 pool afterwards. This is his build that he likes to do on every map except for Xel'Naga Caverns. 9 Overlord, 13 Scouting Drone, 15 Hatchery, 15 Extractor, 14 pool, 16 Overlord, and then 16 Supply when you get those Overlords that pop. 2 Queens, 2 sets of Zerglings. And then at 28, you get 2 Spine Crawlers, 2 Evolution Chambers, and 5 sets of Lings to be safe against Hellion Run-By. And here's the thing. He also says, you know, I consider every map except Xel'Naga Caverns as safe as possible to go hatch first. And expect Reactor Hellion build, but keep in mind, if you scout anything else, then the build order is not the same whatsoever. Not right now, buddy. I'm actually in a cast. So I cannot type and talk at the same time. But Fail Zerg is also another Zerg that you need to go check out. He is a commentator, caster, what have you. And definitely check out his channel. It is youtube.com/failzerg. But let me go ahead and put myself on busy. Let's get back into this cast. Link speed is on the way. Terran has gone for 1 Hellion. He's gonna. Looks like it's gonna be Reactored Hellions once again. And this is, you know, saying that Terran wants to go for. It looks like, yeah, I would say Biomech. He probably wants to go Marine Tech with some Medevac. He's getting up a fast starport, so we'll probably see some drops soon. And I wonder, he doesn't have Stim yet, but drops are still really nasty, especially when you have Marines and Hellions. It's just really hard to maintain. So we're going to go ahead and see some Spine Crawlers at the front of aXa's base. And will he start making those Evolution Chambers that he so loves? Let's see. This drone is really unsure of what it wants to do. Looks like maybe he's waiting for creep spread. I don't know. Maybe he's going to run back in here. Okay, finally going to just decide to go and, you know, get some minerals. 3 Hellions are out, so 3 Hellion push. Not as strong as the 4 Hellion push, but these guys will still one-shot any drones. This is a nice block off by aXa, this Evolution Chamber here, and the Queen will run by here as well, so these Hellions will not be able to come in. So he's denied that sort of run by, and the Hellions don't scout a fast third, so they can just run on home. Behind this, Terran has gone for an expansion. We'll likely turn that into an orbital before flowing down to his natural. We do have 1 Medevac out on the way, I would assume. No, he's delaying Medevac production. And this is interesting. aXa generally says that he hates using banelings. Oh, there's the first medevac with 4 Hellions. This is going to be quite nasty. And I don't think aXa has scouted this at all. He has his Overlord in a pretty good position, so he will see when this drop does come. I do like his Overlord placement, sending his Overlord to the base. But looks like he's still droning up. Let's look at the units tab. Only 6 Zerglings and 2 Queens, so let's see how he holds this off. This Overlord will see that this drop is coming, and 4 Hellions will drop. So we'll see how much damage looks like what his name StarBoy can do with this Harass. 4 Hellions is really nasty. And in response to this, aXa's going to go ahead and throw down another hatchery. But these lings are all getting lined up. One of the Hellions does go down, and this Queen is just running in circles around this base. Tons of Harass done. Let's look at the units lost tab. 1150, so this Hellion Harass has just done so much damage. All these drones getting roasted. But look back at the production tab. He's still able to make so many Zerglings because he's not focusing so much on gas. Not early game, he's sacrificing that gas. This Hellion might escape, will escape with maybe 1 hit point. Oh my god, that is so irritating. Behind this, Terran will expand. His minerals are getting up a little bit because he was so, focused on getting that Harass to do so much work. I've heard Tosa say this. It's okay for your macro to slip as long as your micro Harass does a lot of damage. If your micro does a lot of damage to your opponent, then it's okay for your macro to slip a little bit. But immediately, a lot of Zergs will be trying to rebuild their economy and think, oh my god, I'm in so much trouble. aXa's going to poke in here with his lings. He's going to try and see if Terran does not have any defenses here. He does see that Terran went ahead and expanded. So in response, I do expect aXa to expand himself. He is kind of low on minerals here, but he's making a lot of Zerglings. He's also going from that 1-1 that he does like to go very early. And once again, sending out lings to control those watchtowers. Meanwhile, this medevac will head on home. But let's look at the units tab for Terran. He has 3 dropships, 14 Marines, and 4 Hellions. This is a really nasty harass-centered build. And this build kind of reminds me of Spinishua, how he delays gas and he delays his tech. But with this, you get the ling speed, and you really just ramp the aggression mid-game. You go out to meet the aggression that is coming your way. But it looks like Terran is not going to go for any kind of frontal assault. He's going to actually drop with these 3 medevacs. Lots of lings out for aXa. Quite a few. Let's look at the units tab. That's actually 52 lings at the 10-minute mark. So once again, about the 10.5-minute mark, aXa is going to just ramp up the aggression. aXa comes in here and sees, hey, there's nothing here at the base. And so that should pretty much tell him that he needs to go and send all these lings in to go attack. This drop is on its way to do a lot of damage, but before he can even get there, lings are in his base. So this drop will stop dead in his tracks. He doesn't even know what to do. He's trying to focus on this Harass. One of the cornerstones of aXa's play is that he makes Terran afraid to ever push out. When you push out, you are just getting so much trouble. So, ooh, a little bit of lag there. But this 4 Hellion, lots of Marines push is going to come in and do considerable damage. Marines with stem, a couple of Hellions coming in as well. I don't know if aXa's going to be able to take this out. And Terran is going to start to focus fire the spawning pool. The spawning pool will go down, and aXa's really just got to wait for these Zerglings to come back. The massive Zerglings will come back from their Harass, and now this bush will finally be cleaned up. But so much done by Terran. He was actually lose all of his units, so the Harass is cleaned up, and now Terran is way far behind. But so is Zerg. He had to remake his spawning pool, so both players pretty much trading. And then again, StarBoy does have siege tanks. He does have 2 medevacs, now 3 medevacs. And now aXa is starting on his Spire, but he will counterattack yet again. I'm not sure if this is going to work. This is pretty good positioning by Terran. He won't be able to do that much. I feel like he's wasting Zerglings at this point. I mean, I guess I can understand sacrificing lanes to kill tanks, but not Marines. Marines are very expendable. So with this kind of play style, you still want to go ahead and conserve your lanes. But he will be taking down a lot of energy on these medevacs. And meanwhile, he's going to go ahead and grab his 3rd. So aXa's doing okay. His spawning pool is back up. He will be able to make Zerglings again. But in the meantime, he's just macroed back up. So aXa has, oh goodness, 3 hatcheries. But his minerals kind of got high. So I know when a lot of Zergs out there, lower level Zergs, say, I don't know what to do, I have a hard time spending my minerals. Well, go expand everywhere, make lots of macro hatches. I mean, look how high aXa's minerals are because he couldn't make any Zerglings. He made the right choice by just spamming hatcheries. He's going to have so much production here shortly. So the Spire is about to finish. 44 Zerglings are on the way. aXa does scout this. And once again, look at the small contingent of Lings in the back. It's not that many, it's less than 16, but it is going to come into play here very shortly. So Terran is going to go ahead in here. Oh, sorry, Chad, I'm casting. I can't talk to you. But I love my IRC people. So Terran's going to come back in here and start the siege. He's going to start picking away at these pre-tumors, pushing in with his Marines. aXa cannot engage yet. He's got to get these Zerglings into position. So now here comes the sandwich. These Zerglings are going to start focus firing the tanks, and these Zerglings are going to start to focus fire the Marines. This entire push gets shut down. StarBoy is forced to lift his units. And now what can he do? Now he's just lost pretty much his entire army. And we'll try and drop in here, but I mean, aXa already has more units on the way. So a couple of, oh goodness, a couple of mutalisks coming in. Will that be enough to fend off this push? Yes. He didn't want to overstay his welcome. So now aXa will go back and say, okay, now I can counterattack. But once again, notice one thing about this play. No banelings. And Terran's just, he doesn't even have his tank sieged up. Oh no, he's going to lose these tanks and not do nearly as much damage as he wanted to. All these Marines will go down as well. But look how strong 1-1 wings are against Marines. It doesn't even matter that he has a lot of Marines. I know everyone's saying, oh, but you know, the counter to everything is Marines, but if you have upgrades on your Lings, you actually fare very well against just Marines with your Lings. So these medevacs might get picked off. We'll pick off one of the medevacs and we'll immediately turn around. He does not want to engage that turret, which can be infinitely repaired. Starting on +2 attack. More bases going down. He has 4 bases right now. This is another part of aXa's playstyle that he just loves to do. He likes to get to 4 base, and that's when he feels the most comfortable. And for a lot of Zergs, it's 2 base or 3 base. But 4 base is actually where the Zerg goes the strongest. 4 mining bases, Zerg can just support so much. But I mean, look how many hatcheries we have here. So Zerg's doing a great job keeping his minerals down because he has so many hatcheries. So it's like, you know, Terran going for 6 or 8 or 9 racks. You know, if you have so much money, you can afford that production, actually. So actually, because of that nice harass by Terran, has been a little bit slack on his creep spread. And that's what harass does to you. And actually, the easiest way to help fend off harass is with decent creep spread. But I mean, when Terran just does nice pushes like that, nice harasses like that, it's really hard to get that going and maintain that. I know Terran did come in here and pick it off, but it's just so hard to restart that. So props to Terran for taking out a lot of those creep tumors. Meanwhile, Terran's pretty much in the dark. Let's look at his vision. He can't see squat. He has no idea what Zerg is up to. So he decides, well, if I don't know what to do, I'm going to go ahead and drop again. Because dropping worked the first time, and he might get intercepted by these mutalisks. If Party Boy, or whatever his name is, gets StarBoy, if he gets intercepted by these mutalisks who pull back at the wrong minute. Oh no, so this medevac will make it away safely. Meanwhile, let's see what else is going on. Just a couple of mining drones here. Looks like another small push coming out. This is really just meant to clear the Zonoggle watchtowers. It's not meant to really do any sort of huge damage. A lot of drones transferring here, but they need to run away. A drop is at this base, and he will lose a lot of drones if he does not react. aXa is forced to pull away all of his drones. Marines are trying to stem and pick off more. The Zerglings have come in, and he's only lost maybe 2 drones and 1 Overlord, which is not bad. That's good for Zerg. That works for Zerg. But once again, notice how many geysers he's getting. He only has 4 geysers. Okay, he has 6 geysers, and I think that's where he's most comfortable with, at 6 geysers. 8, I might come later. Meanwhile, look at all these upgrades. He's getting Flyer Carapace level 1, Burrow, Pneumatized Carapace, Carapace level 2, and just getting lots of Mutalisks. I would actually prefer him to get Attack, but I'm guessing since he's going Fast Hive, he's going to attack to Broodlords, which do very, very well with that Carapace upgrade. Now he's getting Geysers 6 and 7. I'm sorry, 5 and 6. StarBoy is throwing down 2 more missile turrets. He wants to grab this 3rd. Look how long Terran has been on 2 base. And it's 20 minutes in the game and Terran is still on 2 base. And it's because all these jobs have been shut down that pushed in no damage, and Terran just does not feel comfortable expanding. There's not much he can do here. He is going to throw down more missile turrets. Why not? Probably throw down, okay, a bunker here at this third. And meanwhile, aXa is doing a decent job spreading more of his creep. So his creep should be out to the middle of the map by mid-game. Okay, so now the hive is finished. We have Adrenal Glands, we have Ultralisk Cavern, and Greater Spire, and goodness, so many upgrades going at the same time. These mules will come in here and they will be able to pick off 1, 2. Oh, he's going to get that other missile turret, and he's going to force all these mules to run away. So losing mining time, that is a victory for Zerg. If you can force the mules to run away, that's a victory. So these mutalisks are going to run around, and let's go ahead and follow these guys, because now he's going to just start harassing, and this is great. This is another thing that keeps Terran stuck in their base, and they don't feel safe running out, because all these mutalisks are just going to run around and start picking off more stuff. So SCVs are getting hit, but he's going for these supply depots. Very smart, because this will actually supply lock StarBoy. Once again, running back to pick off SCVs and running back away. I'm not sure why he did that. He could have gotten a few more shots off, maybe taken out more SCVs, but I guess he wanted to conserve as many of these mutalisks as possible. These mutalisks are in a very nice spot here, actually. And StarBoy's going to have to split his Marines, and that's just never fun. These Marines are going to stem and overstem. Oh, beautiful, beautiful maneuvering by aXa. And it looks like, oh, he's going to get both of these medevacs. They're getting out of position, trying to run back and forth between the two armies, so the 2 medevacs will go down. Let's go look at the unit tabs. StarBoy only has 10 tanks and 43 Marines. No medevacs. aXa has 27 Mutalisks, 77 Zerglings. He's almost at 80 drones, and he has 3 Ultralisks on the way with chitinous plating as well. Taking a 5th base. This is just getting out of hand. Terran can't come back from this. I mean, his pushes have been shut down time and time again. And really, it's been due in part to the control, the very nice control by aXa. But oh my god, as well, look at those Ultralisks. Those guys are beefy. Ultralisks are very strong, very great against mech. It looks like... what kind of attack do? They do 43 attack against armored. And this push is going to try to come out and do damage, but just look at all these lings with their upgrades. Cracklings are just cutting through everything. Mutalisks taking out these tanks. And that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. That push has been shut down. StarBoy leaves the game. I would too. My god, look how strong Ultralisks are. And Cracklings. You would have never thought that Cracklings are strong, but they really are. They chew through buildings so fast, and they chew through Marines so fast. So once again, we saw 0 banelings from aXa, and we just saw very nice upgrades on his units, and a decently timed tier 3 rush. So that will do it all for this game. And I have, I think, tentatively 2 more, but if you guys do want to see more, please let me know. And aXa actually has more in his replay pack, but I'm going to cast 4, possibly 5. I feel like 4 of these games are just really good. So anyways, that'll do it for this cast. I've been your host, King Ruthless, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.